Hello, Richmond High School students and staff. Today I'm pleased to have our radio TV class doing a program for RHS on President's Day. President's Day is a federal holiday celebrated on the third Monday in February. Originally established in 1885 in recognition of President George Washington, the holiday became popularly known as President's Day after it was moved as part of 1971 Uniform Monday Holiday Act, an attempt to create more three-day weekends for our nation's workers. President's Day is traditionally viewed as a time of patriotic celebration and remembrance. While several states still have individual holidays honoring the birthdays of Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and other figures, President's Day is now viewed as a day to celebrate all of our U.S. presidents, past and present. Of note here, George Washington, one of our most beloved founding fathers, left us many lessons that still ring true 220 years after he left office. Among them were: observe good faith and justice towards all nations and cultivate peace and harmony with all. Students and staff, our President's Day program produced by our radio TV class. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Whoopi. To open, I want to share with you a quote from Richard Nixon. We cannot learn from one another until we stop shouting at one another, until we speak quietly enough so that our words can be heard as well as our voices. Next, after a few interesting presidential facts, we will share a little more about the history of President's Day.
Martin Van Buren was the first U.S. president to be elected president who was born a U.S. citizen instead of originally coming here from England. When President Franklin D. Roosevelt was only 5 years old, he met President Grover Cleveland. Cleveland told the boy, "I am making a wish for you. It is that you may never become president of the United States." But Roosevelt did become president, and is the only president to serve more than 2 terms, having won 4 elections and serving over 12 years before dying in office early in his 4th term. Theodore Roosevelt set a world record for the most handshakes in one day, with 8,513 handshakes at a White House reception in 1907. Abraham Lincoln is the only president to ever obtain a patent. In 1849, Lincoln invented a device that used buoyant air chambers to lift ships over dangerous shoals. It is U.S. patent number 6469, although the device was never built.
Did you know there is actually no federal holiday called President's Day? In 1879, Congress officially created the federal holiday for Washington's birthday. It was celebrated on Washington's actual birthday of February 22nd. In 1971, it was moved to the third Monday in February as part of the Uniform Monday Holiday Act that placed all federal holidays on Monday. But it wasn't until the 1980s that Washington's birthday started becoming what's known as President's Day, even though it still is officially Washington's birthday. And while most people commonly call it President's Day, alluding to the day where we remember all 46 of our presidents, some states refer to it differently and celebrate it only for the birthdays of Washington and Lincoln. For instance, in Colorado, it's known as Washington Lincoln Day, and in California, it's Washington's birthday, and they have a completely separate holiday for Lincoln's birthday. No matter how you spell it or who you're remembering it for, it's a holiday to remember some of the greatest leaders of our nation.
But what exactly does the president do? Ronell Sanders explains the president's duties.
The president of the United States is often called the most powerful person in the free world. But what makes the president so powerful? These are some of the things the president can and cannot do. The president can represent our country in talks with other countries, make treaties with other governments, although they must also get approval from the Senate, sign or veto any legislation passed by Congress, act as commander-in-chief overseeing all of our military, act as leader of his political party, grant pardons and commute sentences, appoint ambassadors to foreign countries, nominate federal judges, Supreme Court justices, and cabinet heads. What they cannot do: make laws, declare war, appropriate money for budget, be president for more than 2 terms, change the Constitution. This can only be done by the states and Congress. Shut down the government. Only Congress can do this. So while the president is very powerful, our government relies on the system of checks and balances to keep that power under control.
And it's also interesting to note that not everyone in Indiana gets the holiday off in February.
Another interesting fact about President's Day is that not every state observes it in February. Unlike many national holidays in Indiana, President's Day is not counted as a state holiday. So all state offices stay open on the 3rd Monday in February. That's the day of the federal government observes it. In 1972, Indiana enacted a law stating that the governor can move the observance of state holidays to any day of the year since 1947. Indiana has observed Washington's birthday on Christmas Eve Day and Lincoln's birthday on the day before Thanksgiving. But do not worry, we will still have a 3-day weekend because President's Day is still a federal holiday and is observed by local and county governments on the same day. That means that local government and federal offices will be closed on Monday, while state offices will be open. They'll get their day off later this year.
As we close, I want to share another quote, this time from John F. Kennedy. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them.